Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the 7-5 corrupt cops who have crossed the line. Please give this video a thumbs up, share it on your social media. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscription button and the notification bell. You'll know when a new video is coming out. All right, so just want to answer one thing quick because I usually give updates a lot on the past couple of videos since my wife has passed away. People keep asking. I appreciate your concern. They want to know how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, how am I handling things. I thank everybody for the concern. I'm doing good. Obviously, I have my moments in a long time. It sucks being alone. After being married to someone for 35 years, but I'm doing good, moving forward. And again, thank everyone for the concern and checking in on me. I appreciate that. All right, I got two stories. I just read another story, which would be a third story, but I'm only going to give it to you quick because I didn't do too much research on it. I saw it at the last second. This happened in Atlanta. It happened in 2016. There was three cops involved. One cop has since passed away, so he wasn't charged. Two cops were charged. They had an arrest warrant for the subject, and he was wanted for arson and assault of police officers and carrying weapons, all types of charges. So they had a warrant. It was a U.S. Marshal Service and also county officers. So they went in, served the warrant. It was a flashbang. Apparently, the subject, who is now considered a victim since they arrested these officers on murder 2 and burglary, which is a little weird since they had a warrant to serve and go into the place. Served the warrant. Subject had a gun. Apparently, the subject fired rounds according to the police. According to his mom, who of course wasn't there, he didn't fire any rounds. So I mean, what are you going to believe? But this has gone on for 5 years now, and they were finally arrested. The family hired private investigators to look into it. They hired Dr. Michael Barden to redo an autopsy. There were a lot of rounds fired, but the subject of the arrest warrant was struck 60 times, at least 60 times. It was so many, like 59 entry wounds or 60 entry wounds and 17 exit wounds and possibly 90 shots fired overall. But he was struck 60 times, according to the article I read on the New York Times. That's a little excessive. I mean, even if there's 3 cops shooting and they have clips of 15 rounds each, that's 45 rounds. You would think after 45 rounds, the subject was, no longer a threat. I don't know. I mean, they're saying the cops, obviously haven't spoken since they've been arrested. They only, gave their version after the shooting. And they said even after shooting the subject that he still had the gun, he was still a threat, so they kept firing. I don't see where they get murder charges and burglary. I don't see that at all. Maybe manslaughter for the excessiveness of it. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be another test case and see how that turns out. So that was just a quick thing I looked at. So the other stories we're going into. First story is world is getting a little crazy. If you remember back on, I believe it was episode 6, there was a Tennessee police officer who broke up with his girlfriend, who was also a Tennessee officer, who was going out with a new guy. And he went to the ex-girlfriend's house, kidnapped the new boyfriend, got him in a patrol car, executed him in a patrol car, all types of evidence. He was arrested for that. So now we got a very similar story to that, which is pretty shocking. Back a couple of weeks ago, October 13th, NYPD police officer, 5-year veteran. Her name is Yvonne Wu. Another triangle situation. She and her girlfriend broke up. Apparently, Yvonne didn't want to break up, and she went to the ex-girlfriend's house and waited inside the house. She must have had keys to it from the previous relationship. Doesn't really say. They'll probably hit her with burglary charges too, since the relationship was over. Ex-girlfriend came home with the new girlfriend, and Yvonne was waiting in the house, like I said, and she opened fire, man. She shot and murdered the new girlfriend. Poor woman is dead just for, being romantically involved with someone, and also shot the ex-girlfriend, who is expected to survive the shooting. After the shooting, Yvonne put her weapon down in the house, left it in the house, went outside and waited for NYPD officers to show up and confess to the shooting. I mean, the world is getting a little crazy here. Just, murdered somebody, maimed somebody else, and threw her own life away. Crazy. There is a video, not of the shooting, but of the arrest of Yvonne Wu on Twitter. It's out there. I'm not going to put it up. It's it's a cell phone video from a neighbor shot, and it's up on Twitter. Okay, so the big story everybody is waiting for. I put it up a while back. I think it was episode 16. Was the trailer for Adam Diaz, his documentary on his life that was supposed to be coming out as a result of the 7-5 documentary. As everyone knows, Adam is, as described by newspapers after the documentary came out, the gangster straight out of Central Casting. That's how he's been described. So there was supposed to be a documentary on him. I don't know what's going on with that. I've heard that is no more, that the person shooting that documentary has gone on to other things because it was going on, taking too long or whatever. I don't really know the whole story behind it. But here is the big news. There is a podcast. It's going to be a series podcast with its multiple episodes. It's called On Being a Gangster. And season 1 is going to be on Adam Diaz, right? Our friend from the 7-5. So this is being produced and directed and narrated by Adam Ash. He's an actor. He's around my age, maybe 2 years younger or so. Did soap operas back in the 80s and 90s, I believe, and has done some acting since then. Is now going off into checking out the podcast era, and it's going to be on Spotify and all those other things that do podcasts. I don't know if it's going to be on YouTube. However, Ash decides to put it out. So what happened is Adam got in touch with me a few weeks back, asked me to participate in this podcast. It's according to Ash, it's going to be a 6-episode podcast for season 1, and then if it does well, there's going to be a season 2 of some other gangster that he'll choose to do. Don't know who it'll be. I threw out my suggestions to him. I thought the guy from Operation Odessa, which is also a Tilla Russell documentary, would be a great season 2. But who knows? Who knows if there'll even be a season 2? So hopefully this On Being a Gangster does well. At the end of all this, I'll put up. There's an Instagram account for On Being a Gangster. I'll put up the information for that. So stand by for that. And I think it's going to do well. It's I interviewed for a couple of hours. I mean, I thought it was, we would only go maybe 30, 45 minutes, but I interviewed for a couple of hours. It's going to be edited. I don't know. One episode will just be me, or it'll be integrated into multiple episodes, what I've said. He's got a pretty good feeling on how he wants to do things, Ash. So we'll see how it goes. I know Adam was, I think, did maybe Ash flew down to DR and interviewed because Adam, I guess, can't leave DR, and he was there for a couple of days, and he did. I think he's told me he's shot 17 or 18 hours of tape on Adam. So it should be a good podcast. You guys definitely go to his Instagram channel and follow him on that for any updates that are going to be coming out on exactly when it'll be started. When episode 1 will go out on again on Being a Gangster, season 1. Adam Diaz, check it out.